Welcome back, my DIY nomads. I hope you're all doing really well. I am currently freezing my timbers off. So let's just get straight into it. In my previous video, I talked about how the induction is such a heavy usage, it takes so many amps, that during the winter, where I basically have no solar and if I'm away from hookup, I'm going to really struggle to do days on end of cooking and still run the camper van and the heating and everything like that. So I could probably get away with doing a weekend, which is terrible really in consideration. So I'm looking to add a gas hob to my camper van, and I bought this Tasman 4500 ages ago to fit in this conversion the first time round, and it just never, annoyingly, it got here and then a few things happened and it never got put into the design, so I thought I could just then use it with someone else's build. It still hasn't been used, so I thought, well, let's do a big old roundabout, come back and let's fit it in my camper van and run it off of a small camping gas, Z at the end there, like 904 or 907 cylinder, like a small one. So much smaller than like a Cala tank or like a 6 kg one. They're literally like, I think 900 grams. But because I wouldn't be using it for my heating, I'm just using it for cooking, they should still last a reasonable amount of time. But as a backup, it's really nice. And what I'm planning to do, I'm planning to mount it here on my kitchen area. So I've taken out the drawers on this side and they will be repurposed. The larger drawer won't be, because obviously that space is now being taken up by the cooker. But what I'm going to do is, I don't want it to like have a full cutout here and then lose that space. I'm going to have the cooker sort of mounted to the underside, and then I'm going to mark out an area and cut it out on my kitchen top, and then in theory my cooker will be there. The wood itself will be far enough away from the edge of the cooker to not get scorched or burnt, but then I can, when I'm not using this, I can put that piece back in, and it's then it's still my worktop that I can put my induction hob on when I'm using it in the summer or when I'm on hookup. So yeah, so you guys can see, if I just take this out for now, I've made this shelf. I know it's obviously it's not mounted, it's just wedged in there. I made the shelf with a little lip at the back, and this means that I'm going to make it so this cooker can be semi-easily sort of slid out and removed in case I need to get to the back there, do maintenance or anything like that. And all I've done, I've made this little shelf that's got pocket holes on the side. I'm going to put the cooker on that, then wedge it to the underside of there, slide out my cooker, work out this area that I need to sort of cut out on the top face, cut that out, and then that's sort of a removable piece that I can slide back in on top when I'm not using it at all. Right, we have our carefully measured out area to cut out. I really like the idea of still keeping a little front edge bit here. It just means that this piece won't want to slide out the front when driving, and I think it just sort of keeps a bit more of the hiddenness about it. Now, to get this cut out, I still want to use this top piece, so the best option for me is to use a track saw. You could also start a cut hole. If you can be as clean as possible, then use a jigsaw, that would also work. Or you could even use a multi-tool, but obviously trying to keep that accuracy of a really straight line with a multi-tool will be much trickier. So as you saw there, I was using a combination of track saw and jigsaw. You could definitely get away with just using the jigsaw. Track saw just allowed me to do these bits as straight and as perfect as possible. So let's see if this beast fits. I've got quite a bit of play both left and right. Ooh-wee! Look at that! Oh, that's so good. So like it's basically going to be flush with the top of the countertop when I've got the actual this bit in, but I'll be able to put the other bit on top, hide it away. So I know I haven't got all the bits in there, but in theory what will happen is that'll go in like that. Cooker's hidden away. I have like a little, maybe like a hole or some clever way to like lift that out, and then I've got my sort of most of my kitchen top back. I've got a cooker hidden under there, and I just, where's that? I can't get this out now. Great, great. Hey, there we go. And now I have a grill and dual hob that runs off gas. I still need to connect it up to the gas, and I'm debating whether to actually, it's pinned really well, but I don't know if I should fill these bits on the side here, these gaps. I'm thinking actually it's probably going to be best if I leave those gaps so that as the metal heats up during cooking, it doesn't like scald any wood. The birch on the bottom is going to be absolutely fine, but the real test will come when I test out the cooking here. Like I need to tidy up these edges, but before I do any of that, I'm actually going to like cook and see what happens, because I actually think personally that birch is too close, so I might have to anyway cut this out more and actually maybe just raise it up anyway, or just cut this out a bit more, just to get that birch away from the edges of the cooker. Over here that looks pretty okay, because even with a pot on that, the heat will just get around, but this side's a little bit more of a worry, so I'll definitely look into that. The way I'm going to connect this to the gas is I'm going to have a bit of the flexible sort of orange hosing at the back here, so that if I need to do maintenance, I need to pull this out, I can. And I'm just going to run a solid bit of copper 8mm gas pipe all the way to the back, a nice really easy straight line of it all the way to back there, curve it down into a gas locker that will be in the back corner that I can access by opening this door here, and yeah, then I'll be able to hook it up to some camping gas containers and be cooking away. It actually doesn't look too out of place. It looks pretty good in the kitchen space, sort of matches up with the fridge. The drawers fit in really well underneath, so I've still got my two main drawers. This drawer I'm going to have to scrap, unfortunately, but I can put all the stuff that was in there somewhere else. This is actually, I need to tidy up because it's really dusty, but that is the grill plate. Goes in there. Can't leave it in there because it would just straight away slide out as I go around a corner. And if I really want to, I can just easily lift this up, stow it somewhere, and then put the piece that I cut out here on top, hide that all away, and then use that to like use my induction cooker to cook on top, or just for any other sort of workspace that I'd like. And once I've treated all these edges in here, if any moisture does leak down here, it doesn't matter, because it will just go straight onto this cooker, straight into this sort of stainless steel surround, and just be on here, which is really useful. When it's cold outside, I know it's a real struggle to sort of get motivated and start doing stuff like working on your van or stuff like that, but honestly, just start with something really small. If you're really demotivated and you just can't be bothered to tackle, like I feel like that, I get that like that quite a lot with my van, because I'll suddenly think like, oh, what have I got to do? And there's like 5 large jobs to do, and then obviously a million small jobs that go around with those. Just start off with one of the small ones. Just do one, you know, just tackle it away slowly, and in no time, if you just keep chipping away at one small one, you'll start to get more and more motivated. You'll start to see progress happening. and you'll get yourself out of a little slump. Motivational speeches with Hugh. Anyway, that's going to be it for the video today. I hope all you guys enjoyed watching. Please leave a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. And I'll catch you DIY nomads next time.